Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to present to you the release notes of Boyum IT's Beas Manufacturing 2020-03. We're going to start out with the highlights and then outline the new features and improvements of the fresh release. Stay with me and get familiar with all that the new release has to offer. Before we start, I would like to draw your attention to our new number and naming system for all our Boyum releases. As of 2020, we are changing the way we number our versions of all our software releases throughout our product range. Going forward, all product releases will be named based on the year and month of the release. The added benefit is that just by looking at the first two components of the full version number, you will know when it was released and which exact version you're using. Before going into the details, let's go through the highlights. In the installation area, we are introducing a 64-bit installer to support SAP Business One version 10. We have also added NDB connection support for HANA and support the Beas Deep skin type of SAP 10 HANA. We have developed 3 new web apps to manage reservations and allocations. In the production area, we have refined several functionalities with new fields and filters and a pre-check function improvement for more validations before work order creation. With the Beas service layer, now we can define a valuation date in time receipts. Regarding business performance, labor cost is now included in the absorption cost calculation. We have also improved pre-calculation by displaying and calculating with multiple calculation schemas. We improved the display of IDs in item structure with a tooltip. And last but not least, optimized transaction notifications for HANA. The first 64-bit version of Beas Manufacturing now is available. The important topics of this new release are the following. This solution is native 64-bit solution. Beas supports both versions installed in the same machine. All additional Beas components are also compiled for 64 bits like Beas Service, Beas GUI, Beas Client Agent. Libraries, with some exceptions, used with Beas are also in 64 bits, except the Gantt viewer. Add-on installers like Beas Add-on and also Beas Lightweight Add-on are also compatible with the 64-bit version. As for known limitations, the APS Gantt viewer component only supports the 32-bit version. To avoid this limitation when we're running the 64-bit version, we try to open the viewer. The system in the background opens the 32-bit version and shows this component. It is clear that to execute this functionality, you need both versions installed on your computer. We have added NDB connection support for HANA. SAP changed the connection string to the server, and now the string contains NDB add server : port. Beas has changed the functionality to connect to the server, removing the content of the connection string. With this modification, now Beas applies the following modification in the connection string. This modification applies to direct connection to the database. When the user is connecting to DI API, the server string must be the complete one. In Beas configuration, now the user must configure the server connection string with the new NDB add additional information. With this new functionality, connection is created to SAP without any problem. Beas now supports the Beas Deep skin style for SAP Business One version 10 HANA. You can choose this skin style in the configuration wizard under Admin View. All skin styles are available in MS SQL and HANA. Please note, in Beas only the color schema is used, not the framework or icons. The Theory dashboard or Business One dashboard are not available. As for Beas inside SAP Business One, the new Beas Deep design is available only in SAP Business One version 10.0 for HANA version, and only if Theory framework is activated. The color schema is supported. Our WebApps Terminal 2.1 now includes 3 more applications managing reservations and allocations. These apps are Work Order Material Reservation, Reservation List, and Allocation. With the Work Order Material Reservation app, you can display and create a material reservation for a work order in Beas. Select or scan a work order position in the barcode field to which you wish to reserve material quantities. The Lines tab contains the open work order positions to the selected work order. Click on the line or position to add quantities to be reserved. If there is any previously reserved quantity, it will also be visible. After adding the quantity, click the button Reserve. The reservation is created and the app switches back to the Lines tab. The reserved quantity is indicated in a secondary line below the main one. With the Reservation List app, you can view a list of all material reservations and check all relevant details thereof. Use the search filter or scroll a list to select an item reservation to view. In the Detail tab, you can list reservations grouped by warehouses, batch serial information, and bin locations. Complementing the functionality of the new reservation apps, we have added a new tab in the Invent History app called Reserved. Here you can find detailed information on the reserved material indicated in the list found in the Item Info tab. With our new Allocation app, you can create an allocation and transfer the quantities to the allocation warehouse. It contains 3 tabs: Header, Lines, and Line. In the header, you can scan the barcode of the work order position or use the magnifying glass icon to select the position from the list in the work order position search filter. Then you can select the target warehouse for the allocation transfer. In the Lines tab, you can select an item to add the quantities to allocate. The Line tab opens automatically when you select an item in the Lines tab. After inserting all required information, click the Save button to finalize and create the allocation. Work order creation is now preceded by the pre-checking of functions. In work order generation from Sales Order, MRP, Service Layer, or Data Integration Hub, we improve the system to check the parameters before a work order is created. This includes validation at the position level to check if item code exists, if item code is correct, if item version is correct, if item version is not blocked, if bill of materials position is released and not blocked, routing position is released and not blocked, if project exists, if project is activated, and if project has a valid date and current date. Please note, only these parameters are checked. Item version released not checked in the pre-check function because a release is not mandatory. It is allowed to generate a work order without existing routing or bomb positions. In owned reports, we have added a new filter to production improvement type. Now you can define a filter for resources, which is available in the Resource tab. The system will only display a work order position if one of the defined resources is inside the routing plan. For all owned reports with tab Resource, there is a new filter type, and the previously missing list icon for Cost Center is now available. The MS Project interface is no longer supported in Beas Manufacturing, and now we have disabled the MS Project fields in various windows, for example Project Task Catalog, and Project Template. We will delete all MS Project related fields next time in Project and Work Order as well. In the configuration wizard, all settings related to MS Project are deleted, and if you create a new database, no MS Project related fields are created. To delete all unnecessary fields, go to Tools, Customization Tools, Beas Customizing Properties, Database, Edit Table Extensions, and insert the following text. After the process, delete the script and close the window. Please note that the system deletes all related fields. If you use this for your own customizations, you will lose all information saved in these fields. You can access the script for deleting old fields via the database extension window. From now on, you can define a valuation date in time receipts. For this, we have added a property to define a date for the time receipt based journal entry. Labor cost is now included in the absorption cost calculation. In previous versions, the labor cost of a resource was not considered at the absorption cost calculation. Now, if a customer defines a cost in the labor cost separately, this will be included in the absorption cost calculation. In pre-calculation, multiple schema can be displayed and calculated. If you open the new script editor and the pre-calculation is open, you can see the structure of the current calculation on the right side. This helps you to find the correct column names. Note that with the following script, you can display your own script in the debug window and can create a mirror of all variables. In the schema, you can activate calculation schema per assembly. In this case, the system calculates the schema for every assembly position and for complete calculation. Here you need information in your script for which row the calculation is running currently. You can use the new variable e_row. Please check our video for further details. We have also enhanced the display of AG_ID fields in the item structure and other windows. The field names were cut and complete text was not displayed. Now, if the place is not enough, the system displays 3 dots. If the ID has more than 6 letters and a mouse is over the field, the system displays a toolbox with the complete information. The HANA transaction notification was redesigned to avoid all cursors and improve the general performance of this store procedure. As a general summary of applied modifications, we can remark that we have replaced all cursors with individual results queries. Cursor performance in HANA is rather unsatisfactory, and it is highly recommended to be removed from the program. Now, no store procedures are executed from Beas in the transaction notification. We also deleted all existing variables and work with results directly without double assignment. Group source code is based on object type. Then, when no source code has to be executed for any object transaction, the system is able to perform the procedure faster. Now the system leaves the store procedure when the first error is found. This means that the system does not continue checking all errors, which provides for fast error handling. Additionally, now the store procedure is created in the system using alter procedure instead of drop and create. With this modification, we can improve quality and avoid the possibility to delete the procedure when the wrong code is inside. In previous HANA versions, alter procedure was not allowed. In this first step, we apply these modifications to HANA store procedure, but we will apply the same logic to MS SQL version also in the following releases. In this final slide of our presentation, you can see our planned releases for 2020. The release titles are derived from the respective month they are made available. In quarter 2, we are planning 2 releases, 2020.05 in May and 2020.06 in June, and we are planning to come out with a fresh release in every second and third month of each quarter until the end of the year. Please note that this current state of planning may be changed by Boyum IT Solutions at any time. This concludes our video on the newest features, existing feature and system improvements and fixes of Boyum IT's Beas Manufacturing 2020.03. We encourage you to upgrade to this latest version of our solution and to keep in touch concerning any questions you might have. Please visit our community on the link below and stay tuned for our upcoming videos.